Greetings, I am the wrestling fan. I may not be the best wrestling fan, but I am the finest. I've amassed a rather large DVD/Blu-ray collection, and it's now gotten to a point where there's no fucking chance that I'm ever going to catch up on all of it. But I was thinking, since I am back, I need to watch all this stuff. And yeah, I'm going to do that anyway, but since I'm going to, I might as well talk about whatever it is I'm watching once I complete it. I mean, it's always good to hear someone else's opinion about certain DVDs and Blu-rays, whether they just came out or ones from the past, just so you guys and gals know which ones to buy and which ones to save your money on. With that in mind, today I'm going to talk about the best of Monday Nitro Volume 3. And yes, for you smartasses out there, I know that there's a Volume 1 and 2. I mean, obviously, this is Volume 3. There had to be two other ones. But Volume 3 is the only one that I have 100% completed. Also, it's the newest one out there. So I promise you, down the road, I will watch all of Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I will review them. But for now, let's start with Disc 1. Disc 1 is something of a mixed bag, but overall it's pretty satisfying and fun to watch. I will say that having Diamond Dallas Page hosting all three volumes has been great, but on Volume 3, Disc 1, it seems like every other match or segment has DDP in it. Now, I'm a fan of DDP, but this is supposed to be the best of Monday Nitro. Honestly, for Disc 1 of this release, they could have easily just called that the best of DDP on Monday Nitro. I don't think anyone would have noticed. But to be fair, none of his matches are bad or anything. It just seems like whoever chose the content for this set had quite the hard-on for DDP. Actually, it probably was DDP. Well, regardless, there are some gems here. Johnny B. Bad versus Eddie Guerrero is a great match for the television title. Ric Flair versus Randy Savage has been on other DVD sets, but it still is one of the best Nitro matches ever. Plus, they finally put one of the few tag team matches that happened on Nitro where Eddie Guerrero and Chris Jericho teamed up, and it was even against Chavo Guerrero and Dean Malenko. It's short, but sweet. Eddie and Chris should have been a tag team, but it was WCW. The only god-awful part of Disc 1 is the segment where the NWO took over Monday Nitro. Good fucking God. This abortion of a segment lasted almost 25 minutes. Hell, maybe even almost 30 minutes. And all it was just showing a construction crew taking apart the Nitro set to make it NWO Monday Nitro. Okay, that's fine. That's not a bad idea. But hell, a lot of it was just them giving the NWO shirts to the construction crew, and it was the lackeys of NWO, the B and C squad giving out the shirts. The main guys, Hall, Nash, and Hogan, and even Bischoff, didn't show up to the very end of it to celebrate Hulk Hogan's birthday. But it just goes on and on and on and on. It felt like the longest 30 minutes of my life. I can't believe this shit actually aired on live TV. Fuck. But minus that one segment, Disc 1 is entertaining and a lot of fun. Now, let's talk about Disc 2. Disc 2 is a perfect representation of why WCW failed. Honestly, it's quite funny how well this disc showcases their failures during their last 2 years of existence. It's not that the match quality is that poor at all, but nearly every single fucking match ends with some sort of run-in, swerve, or pointless heel turn. Yeah, no joke. It's like 85 to 90% of the matches. Now, the worst match on this disc, well, both discs, goes to Sting and Vampiro versus Lex Luger and Ric Flair. The majority of it takes place between Luger and Sting in the ocean while Flair and Vampiro try to have a match in the ring. Hell, the final pinfall takes place in the ocean. Now, after I wept like a child over that amount of absurdity and bullshit, I almost gave up hope. But after that, there were a couple matches that were pretty entertaining. Booker T fought Mike Awesome for the WCW title in a fun match. And then after that was a good triple threat tag team title match. It reminded me that even during WCW's demise, they still had some fresh young talent. It's just too bad they didn't know how to use them properly. Now, since I got the Blu-ray version, there were some Blu-ray extras. And they were okay. But honestly, if you chose to just go with the DVD version, you wouldn't be missing much. Honestly, while Disc 1 is a lot of fun and has some goodies on it, Disc 2 just shows that they were really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I mean, granted, the time period wasn't great, but come on, I mean, it's obvious that there's not much more to choose from for these sets. Plus, why are there no Rey Mysterio matches on this set? There had to have been some that have never been released before. Also, why weren't there more Cruiserweight matches on Volume 3? There's, like, almost none. I mean, just a couple. That would have added a lot more, especially to Disc 2. But regardless, my final rating for the Best of Monday Nitro Volume 3 is, ironically, a 3 out of 5. If you have the first 2 volumes, you might as well get Volume 3. It does have some good content on it. But just try to find it for a fair price. I would not pay full price for this. Just wait for it to come down or wait to find it used. I will go ahead and say, I hope this is the last volume when it comes to the Best of Monday Nitros. I may be in the small majority here. I love WCW, I love Monday Nitro, but like I said earlier, they were really running out of content for this, and I don't see how the hell they're going to fill another Blu-ray edition or a DVD edition for Volume 4. I am The Wrestling Fan, and if you'll excuse me, I have more DVD and Blu-ray sets I need to watch.